Hey everyone, does looking at an SSC result PDF make you nervous? When you can't figure out what all those numbers and all that text really mean? If that sounds familiar, then you are in exactly the right place. I'm Ayushi Eckerwal, and in this explainer, we are going to learn how to decode any SSC result with total confidence, just like an expert. All right, so here's our game plan for today. We're going to break down the whole process in 6 simple steps. We'll use a real result document, analyze everything step by step, so that by the end of this, all your doubts are completely gone. Okay, let's get started. For this explainer, we're going to take a real example. What we have here is the final result for the Assistant Section Officer Grade Limited Departmental Competitive Examination from 2022-24. Let's try and understand this document in a really simple way. Now, you might be thinking, hey, this is a departmental exam. How is this useful for me? And that's a really important point. The thing is, its format, its terminology, it's almost identical to the results for major exams like CGL or CHSL. So, if we can understand this one, you'll be able to understand any result. It's basically the perfect learning tool for us today. Every result notice actually tells the entire story of that exam, right from when the forms came out to the final list. This timeline gives us a really good idea of just how long an exam process can take. So let's see how long it took in our case study. So take a look at this. The exam was conducted in June 2025, and the final result came out in February 2026. That's about 8 months later. And you'll notice there was even a revised result declared in between. This makes it super clear that SSC exams are multi-stage processes, and they take time. Patience is absolutely key here. All right, now we're getting to what I think is the most important part of any results PDF. This is the section where we compare the number of available posts, the vacancies, with how many candidates were actually selected. This is what gives us the real picture. Okay, so this is the official vacancy table taken straight from the result notice. We're going to focus on the Ministry of External Affairs, or the MEA Cadre Cell, for the years 2023 and 2024. Now, pay close attention to these numbers because this is where our little investigation begins. So, I've put those numbers into this simple table to make it much easier to compare. Now look at this. In 2023, there were 9 vacancies and 4 candidates were recommended. Okay, but in 2024, for 11 vacancies, there were 0 candidates recommended. Not a single one. Isn't that odd? So that's the big question, right? How did 11 posts just remain empty? What do you think happened? Go ahead, pause for a second and put your guess down in the comments below. All right, now, let's solve this mystery. Okay, so at the end of every SSC PDF, there's always a notes or remarks section. A lot of students just skip right over this part, but the answer to our mystery is hidden right here. Let's take a look. And there it is, our answer straight from the PDF. It basically means that there were no qualified candidates left for the year 2024 because all the available ones had already been selected for the previous year's list. So, mystery solved. See? This is why reading the fine print is so important. So you see just how crucial that fine print is. And there's another really important thing you'll find in the fine print, the tie-breaking rules. Just think about it. What happens if 2 students get the exact same total marks? How is the rank decided? Well, for that, SSC uses these rules to make sure the entire process is fair and transparent. For this particular exam, if there was a tie, the commission followed these steps. First, they'd check the marks in paper I, then the marks in paper 2. If those were also the same, the older candidate gets the preference. And as a final tiebreaker, they'd use alphabetical order. It's a very systematic process, so nobody gets an unfair advantage. So, your name is on the list. Does that mean the process is over? Absolutely not. Even after the final result is out, there are still some very important steps left, and the notice itself tells you what they are. Let's find out. Now, pay close attention to this. This list is always provisional. What that means is it's not the final selection. You can think of it like a conditional offer. Your eligibility and identity still need to be verified. And most importantly, in a few days, the detailed marks for all candidates, whether you were selected or not, will be uploaded. So the most crucial takeaway here is this. Even after your name appears on the list, you have to keep checking the SSC website regularly. Make sure you check your detailed marks. This tells you where your strengths were and where you need to improve for the future. Okay, so let's quickly revise everything we've learned so far in the form of a simple checklist. You can use this checklist every single time you check an SSC result in the future. First, always confirm the exam name and the year. Next, scan the timeline to understand how long the process takes. Then, compare the vacancies with the number of recommended candidates. If you see any strange numbers, go straight to the notes and the fine print. Make a note of the tie-breaking rules and the next steps. And finally, always wait for your detailed marks.
So, that was the complete breakdown. I really hope that after watching this, you look at any SSC result PDF not with tension, but with confidence. Do you feel more confident now? Definitely let me know in the comments below.
If you found this explainer helpful, please do like it and share it with your friends. And for more clear guidance on all SSC exams, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. For all the important PDFs, notifications, and timely updates, you can also join our Telegram channel. The link for that is in the description. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned to the channel for the next video, and until then, keep learning and stay